I've been stuck at home for a while, I decided to do some organizing on some of the files on my laptop, moving things around, make it a little bit easier to find some old video footage. Well, I came across some from December where I went to what's called a Motherland home concert. And the motherland, of course, is referring to Africa. Most of the guests, all of the performers were basically from the continent of Africa. And it was a great experience. I mean, I'm going to throw up some video that I found, basically, showing where the headliner is playing a Ugandan instrument called a dungu. And what's really cool about this is he's basically got it set up. He's got it with a loop pedal and maybe a drum machine, and he is creating this massive sound, playing multiple instruments. He'd start with one and then set up the second one, and maybe even do the third one, get everything going with the looper, throw in some vocals, and then he would actually stand up and dance in some cases. Really cool. Really interesting side note is that he made each of these instruments. I mean, like, he actually took the time and made them. So they're made to his specifications, they're made to his likes, and they are perfect for him. And I kind of wonder what it'd be like for me to actually, I don't know, either have made or make the perfect bass. What would that experience be like? Yeah, we good. Anyway, that's not the focus of this particular video. The focus of this video is the concept of a home concert. Now, if you think about it, with the climate we're currently in, there are a lot of people who are doing these live from home events where they're taking little mini concerts of them playing, or a couple of them playing and posting them online or doing live streams. Even my own family, I recently put up a live stream of my boys actually performing a little mini recital of themselves and what they learned on their respective instruments. And kind of thinking back, I actually performed in a home concert back when I was in college. I came home and there was actually a storyteller who basically told a story at the end, and we were kind of the opening act. My buddy Evan came down and played guitar. I played bass. It was a good time. I mean, I did a little bit of a bass solo where I played the Star Spangled Banner because I didn't know a lot of songs that you can just play on the bass without having reference of other musicians. Maybe something I can work on that. The concept of the home concert isn't necessarily a new idea. I think it's just something that's finding more relevance today in the current situation. If you think about it, remember Grandma's old piano? Well, the reason people had those pianos before radio, before television, people tend to purchase these pianos and have little mini concerts where people would come over and sing together. Amazing. I know it's hard to believe, but people would gather, and that would be their source of entertainment, was actually just performing music together. You carry that concept forward when people stop playing instruments, or when you didn't have everybody had a piano or everybody had that going on. They would still even bring records and have listening parties where people would gather and put a record on. Now, I'm not old enough to have had a actual record listening party when vinyl was actually new. But from people who I've talked to, there's a lot of things that could have gone on there where I maybe wouldn't remember what was happening there, but there's a lot of other activities happening, we'll just say that. But even going forward, I mean, that's just been something that's been around for a while. But we got to the point now where in today's world, well, we'll say yesterday's world, you basically would just go out and find music anywhere. A nice night, you find people out just busking, which is basically just playing on the street with a open guitar case or a hat and just playing music for fun. You see that a lot in New York. We would see that a lot in Mackinac City, just during the touristy times. You'd see people on boardwalks. I mean, when we were in Disney, there was a guy set up on the boardwalk with his guitar and amp, and he probably had a permit in Disney Springs, but just playing. You can go to bars, you can go to restaurants, you see people just playing everywhere. You didn't have to go to the big venues like Van Andel Arena or any of these places to see music. It was everywhere. Well, in today's world, that's not quite true, at least not for the near future. And so what you find is there are a lot of people who still have this musical energy that they need to get out, they need to express. And so what they're doing is live from home is a hashtag. Look that up. Where musicians that had gigs scheduled are just basically doing them from their living rooms now. And or NPR Music is basically taking their tiny desk concerts where they would bring artists to their office and then set up a little tiny desk and they'd play a couple songs. Well, they've taken that to the road where people are sending in their videos from them doing it at home. I think what's interesting is the time we live in now is where you can be the most separate yet the most together because of technology. So now I can see your home concert. I can enjoy it from my home and I can share it with my friends. And we can have watch parties on Facebook, or you can do live stream events on YouTube. And this is probably one of those times where technology could actually be useful. I know, it's amazing. I think I'm going to keep working and practicing, and maybe I'll join in and I don't know, put something up, a little live stream of me learning how to do something more than the Star Spangled Banner on bass. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.